Welcome back. Well, the market's been very volatile. Once again, the dip has been bought and the Nifty is now at 11,542. The dip has been significantly bought, in fact. And if you look at the Bank Nifty as well, that's also now once again not quite at the highest point, but almost getting there. The loss down to only 29 points. Actually, just about 2 minutes back, it was at the high point as well. Mitesh is back with us. Sandeep Wagle also joins us now. Mitesh, your thoughts? The dip has been bought. Are you a buyer or a seller on the index right now? And what are your stock calls?
No trade on the index. While the dip has been bought, I think it's hardly any significant point kind of movement. So avoiding the index. But yeah, as I said, I think if you get a 70-80 point kind of dip, would be most welcome opportunity to buy, and I've been waiting for that since day before. That about the stock call which I like. Tata Elxsi is moved up slightly, but around 995, 996 will be good entry point. Buy then with a stop at 980 for targets of 1025. And Ajanta Pharma is a buy if it crosses 1035. Buy then with a stop at 1024 for targets of 1070.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to ask you, Mitesh, is there any trade on Indiabulls Housing? It's just kind of recovered, appears to have put a bottom. Is there a trade?
I do like the stock. It's done a lot of base building around the 695 mark. In fact, it was one of the shortlisted stocks for giving a call right now.
Oh.
I think it's just on the verge of getting into an uptrend or continuation signals on the upside. Once it crosses 725, 27 zones, I think it should possibly make a new high beyond 760, which was the recent swing high.
Okay. Just an allied point. Yesterday, the governor did say that he's not going to only do, when he was asked whether you will prefer putting liquidity through dollar swaps, he said no comment. Now, that was the big fear for the bond market, that if they keep on doing dollar, then they're not going to buy bonds. Since he did not go down that path, the bond markets are a little happier today. You're seeing bond prices rise. That also is positive for the finance stocks.
Okay, well, a couple of more stocks. BHEL is the one that's really buzzing right now, up almost about 5.5%. And big volumes getting traded on BHEL on the upside. And some of these NBFCs like Indiabulls Housing, etc. are also well in the green. Sandeep Wagle is also here with us. Sandeep, hi, good morning. What are the stocks that you would be buying or selling right now at this hour?
Good morning, Sonia. I have two buy calls. I think the market should be bought a little bit of a correction and you should buy it. I don't see a one-way crackdown. I have a buy in a IGL, stop loss of 302, target 315. And a buy in a Tata Elxsi. I would be with Mitesh, a clear breakout. IT space is showing strength. Buy it with a stop loss of 999, target of 1032.
Okay. Mitesh, any thoughts on Petronet LNG? That's one stock which has been in a bull market of its own. Corrected yesterday, but that's been bought. And I think it's almost about to hit a fresh high.
Actually, I'm absolutely in love with the stock. I think 250 is some kind of a level which the stock had peaked out in August 18. We are very close to those areas. But the overall pattern suggests possible continuation on the upside. And I would not be surprised to see the all-time highest weekly closing of 265 not only being crossed, but I think levels of 300 being tested. So it's a positional buy. I think just buy and hold this for about 6 to 8 to 9 weeks. And I think the stock should be much closer to 300.
Like your zest, Mitesh. Well, anything in the PSU bank space again today as well? A lot of green there.
Again, Lata, I think yesterday there were a lot of calls over there. Only thing is that yesterday also they showed good continuation pattern, 5% gains for most of these stocks. So I'm just waiting for a pullback. But I do like Oriental Bank of Commerce, Bank of India as my top picks, PNB as well. State Bank of India also is something which we've been recommending for the last few days. But for the timing, I think I would wait for a pullback there.
Okay. Just a couple of more chart checks. Jet's loss for last many days has been Indigo's gain. So that's a stock again gaining ground, and DLF looking up. Sandeep, any thoughts on these two stocks?
Anuj, I have been bullish on both of these stocks. Indigo, I have a target of 1500 plus.
Just come back to you in a second because we have to just get a quick roundup of what's happening also in the commodity space. In fact, Manisha Gupta, commodities editor, joins in now to talk more about that. Hi, Manisha. Good morning.
Hi, Sonia. Thank you for that. Well, starting with the crude oil prices, and we have seen 4-month highs yesterday, trading at the highest point in 2019. 50% retracement in crude is what we've seen from December lows. Various factors which have been supportive in the rally. One, of course, is the OPEC and the allies meeting that happened over the weekend, where they have talked about extending output cuts beyond the month of June as well. And the meeting in April has been scrapped, talking about on how they would want to assess first the sanctions on Iran and Venezuela and how that. Also, today, you're watching out for the inventory day data, and that is expected to be bullish for the prices. The prices continue to hold. Not so much of a follow-through buying in the Asian markets. We are actually trading quite flat for Brent, a bit of a decline actually for crude as well, and that is the reaction that you have seen come in for the Indian crude oil prices as well. As I said, the Brent is trading quite flat, and the NYMEX has done a high of 59.5 yesterday, and from those kind of levels, the closing yesterday came in lower, and we've seen some more declines on your screens right there. The gold and silver prices in the meanwhile have been quite choppy. On one side, it is the weakness in US dollar, which has been supportive. The other thing is the US Fed meeting, where we will hear the announcements today. The detail on the Fed bond holdings also is expected to be out. So whatever the tone of the announcement is, the currency market action is what you would see this prices or this space getting an impact from. The other thing is that China has been buying physical gold quite strong. The last 5 weeks, we have seen the buying triple from the previous 5 weeks, and that in turn has been supportive as well. So the Chinese gold is trading in premium. The global growth price is quite flat, and the Indian markets as well marginally into the red right now. The base metal prices have a lot to take into. One, it is a China manufacturing output, the tax cuts on manufacturing sector, that is from 1st of April. That led to some boost in the markets yesterday. But today we are back again at watching out for the US and China trade talks. There are a couple of high-level conversations, scheduled in Washington and in Beijing as well. And the expectation is that we might hear a resolve of this by the end of April. And that is keeping the metal markets quite choppy. So you are looking at mixed space there. Copper a bit of a decline, but all the steel ingredients continue to trade quite firm. So 0.25% to 0.5% of gains on your screens for nickel, zinc and lead there. Trading strategies, and we have them from Angel Commodities. It's a buy across sectors. In case of gold, they're looking at 32,000 on the higher side. It also is a buy continuing in case of crude and copper. For copper, they're looking at upside targets of 454, and in case of crude, they're looking at 4180 for the day today.
Okay. Thank you very much, Manisha, for that. For what it is worth, actually, Hindalco is doing very well, and so is Vedanta. So the metal stocks are not doing too badly at this point in time on the Nifty itself.